In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the best controller settings that you need to be using right now here in the Battlefield 6 beta. So if you guys are new and find this video help you out in any way, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into our settings, I do want to mention these two things real quick. It doesn't matter what console or controller that you're playing on. If you're using a controller and you copy these settings down, they are going to make you a better player when playing Battlefield 6. And also, we're only going to go through things that we need to change. We're not going to go through every single setting in this video. We're not going to make it too long for you guys. But now, getting into our settings, we have our accessibility tab. Now, there's not too many things that we need to go over. There's maybe like one or two things that we need to change here. The first thing is going to be our graphics here, which we're going to put our color preset to custom to change the colors to whatever we want. So we're going to go to our color profiles and we're going to change our player color to yellow. I like the bright yellow because it's going to make me see the minimap a lot more easier. I can read the minimap, and also every time I get a kill in the kill feed, I show up as yellow. I like this. It's just personal preference. It just makes the game look a lot more clean with you having a yellow color. For our friendly color, we have it as a darker blue. Just make it a lot easier to see on the minimap, and just everything friendly wise is going to be a darker blue to make it a little bit easier to read. Our squad color is going to be the same green that it shows up as. I just made it a little bit darker so we can see what's going on with our squad color. I just think it makes it a lot more crisp and clean with these darker colors. And also the enemy color, we have it as a darker red. So when you're in your gunfights, the dot or their names that show up above them when you're in your gunfights is a lot more darker and easier to see. So we have it as a darker red. So these are the only four things that I want to change here. Now, for my brightness, we have it at 60. Now, I know a lot of you guys have dealt with this in past Battlefields and everything. A lot of people like to go in dark corners and everything and just lay down, and you just run right by them. You don't see them. So we're going to bring up our brightness up to 60, bring it up 10 from 50 and everything. So it is going to make those darker colors look a lot more lighter. So it is going to be easier to see people if they're hiding in the dark and everything. So this, I wouldn't go any higher than 60, just saying. Now, for our controller here, we're going to go ahead and turn our controller vibration off. Everything in this game deals with vibration, gun shootings, explosions, everything. So we need to turn this off. Definitely need to turn this off. It will throw your aim off and everything if you have vibration on, because in Battlefield, your controller is constantly going to vibrate with how crazy this game gets. So make sure to have that off. Now, for our gameplay settings here, there's also a couple things that we need to change. Nothing too crazy. The first thing that we're going to be changing here is going to be our infantry aim sensitivity. This is going to be at 40. We're not going to go any higher. We're not going to go any lower. For me personally right now, this is perfect. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. I'm not overlooking people, underlooking people. This is perfect, so I'm not going to change it. Now, we're going to drop down here also, and we're going to change our interact to reload. We have tap to reload and hold to interact. I like this a lot. You know, if I need to reload really quick, I'm just going to tap square or whatever you use to reload. And also, if we need to interact, get into a vehicle, get ammo or anything like that, revive someone, we're going to put that on hold. So this is just a preference for me. It could be different for you. This is a personal preference, whatever you want to change it to. Now, for our vehicle aim sensitivity, I have this at 40 as well. I don't want to have a one slower or faster than the other. I just want to keep it the same so I'm used to that sensitivity. So we're going to put this on 40 as well. And then also what we're not going to do, we're not going to change anything in our aim assist tab. Right here, do not change anything. If you change any of these, it can screw up with your aim and everything. We do not want that, so do not change anything here in our gameplay setting tab. Now, for our controller tab, we're going to start with our soldier because we're not going to go over our helicopters or anything like that. I'm sure you guys just want to run around, be able to just control your shots, just have good aim and everything. So we're just going to stick to our controller settings here for our soldier. We're going to click triangle here. We're going to go into our controller settings, and then we have our infantry aim sensitivity again, which we're going to keep it at 40. Field of view is going to be at 120 as well. We're going to have our uniform infantry aiming on. This is going to help out a little bit with your aiming. Our zoom sensitivity coefficient is going to be at 178. I am not going to go in depth about this. I'm just telling you right now, put this at 178. For our soldier input type curve, this is going to be very helpful. First of all, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 are the exact same, so you can have it on either or. But for me personally, I do like to have it on Battlefield 4 because I'm just so used to that, and that was my favorite Battlefield, so I just like to have it at Battlefield 4. Now, for my stick input acceleration presets, I do have it at Battlefield 1, and then for our aiming left and right acceleration, I have it at 65. Again, this is a setting I'm not going to go in depth about. Just put this on 65. Thank me later. Now also, we're going to go down here into our zoom, and what we're going to be changing is our vertical aim ratio. We're going to put this on 56. Again, this is a setting I'm not going to go in depth about. Just go ahead and put this at 56. Now for our infantry zoom aim sensitivity and our 0.225 zoom sensitivity as well, we're going to put this at 85. Now this is basically your aim sensitivity multiplier from like Call of Duty, so I like to have this at 85 because I do feel like the sensitivity is a little bit faster here in Battlefield than it is in Call of Duty, so I have this at 85. So this is completely different sensitivity if you were just like hipfire sensitivity. You're looking around very quickly, but as soon as you aim down sights, your sensitivity is going to slow up a little bit, so you can track your targets, snap onto your targets, and you can just follow your targets very easily with this aim sensitivity here. Next here, we're in our graphic settings here, and we're going to go ahead and start at the top with our performance preset. Now, I have mine at performance because I want my game to run very smooth. Just no choppiness or anything like that. I want my game to be nice and smooth. So performance is going to help out a lot. I really don't care about the quality going down just a little bit to make my game play a lot more smooth. It's going to make me play better and everything. So that's what I want. So we're going to put this on performance. Again, we have our brightness, and we're going to put this on 60. Again, if you don't have this on 60 yet, go ahead and do that. We don't want any dark areas in the game. We don't want people camping in those corners, and we run by them because we didn't see them. So put this on 60. Sharpness is going to be on 60 as well. This is going to make the game look a little bit more sharper, which is going to help the game look a lot more clean and everything like that. I do like a little bit of sharpness in my game, so we're going to put this on 60. For our camera settings here next, we have our field of view at 120. This is going to help out a lot with any gun or anything like that, having recoil, muzzle flash, visual recoil, or anything like that. With our camera being so zoomed out, it's not going to really affect us, and the recoil isn't going to look that bad. The muzzle flash ain't going to be that bad, and also that visual recoil isn't going to be that bad with our field of view being so zoomed out, which is nice. Same with our vehicle third-person field of view. We're going to max out at 83. Weapon field of view is going to be at wide. This is going to make the weapon look smaller. So again, any weapon having any visual recoil, muzzle flash, or recoil, it's not going to look that bad. So the weapon field of view and field of view being at wide and 120 is going to help out a lot with faster firing weapons or anything dealing with crazy recoil or anything like that. Now next we have our motion blurs, world and weapon motion blur. We're going to have this at 0. We do not want our game looking any blurriness or anything like that. We do not want that. That is nasty looking, so we're going to have this at 0. Camera shake amount is going to be at 20. We're going to go ahead and drop this to all the way down. With this game having crazy explosions going on all the time, grenades, tanks, helicopter missiles, just every explosion in the game will make your camera shake a lot, so this is going to help reduce the shakiness, so put this at 20. The chromatic abrasion, the vignette, and then the film grain, we're all going to have this off. We do not want our game looking grainy. We do not want any blurriness, anything like that, so have these 3 things off as well. Now we're going to go ahead and drop down to our icons and indicators, and we're going to change our crosshairs and indicators. We're going to click X here. Now what we're going to be changing is our crosshair color. I have this as a brighter blue, so anywhere on the map, it could be in a dark area, a very bright area, I'm able to see my crosshairs. So that is very important when it comes to centering, which, you know, centering is very important in any first-person shooter. You have to have good centering. So you want to be able to see your crosshairs and everything, so put this at a blue or like a teal color, or black sky blue or anything like that, so you're able to see that very clean. Now we're going to keep our crosshair thickness on default, and again, we're going to turn off our infantry crosshair projections. We're going to go ahead and turn this off as well. Now for our hit indicators, we're going to keep our opacity of our hit indicator on 100 and the intensity at 60. I have my hit color same as white. We have our headshot colors as yellow, and then we have our kill color as a red, so we can actually see those colors and everything, which is nice. Our armor, like our hard armor and soft armor, you don't get that in multiplayer as of right now at least, so we really don't need to worry about those colors. And then we have our damage indicators. I like to change this up a little bit. Now my damage, like our damage number size, I have it at medium. I did bring it up a little bit so I can see the damage that I'm putting out. Also, we are going to change our infantry damage color to red, a darker red, and then we have our vehicle damage still as white. Nothing too crazy there. And then finally, we have our audio settings. There's not too many crazy things that we need to change here, but there is a few things that's very important. First of all, our sound system, headphones. If you're using earbuds, any headset, it doesn't matter. Put this on headphones. It is going to make it a lot better if you're using headphones, of course. Obviously, put this on headphones if you're using headphones. Audio mix, I have it at War Tapes Val. This is going to make our sound very clean, aggressive, and raw. This is going to help out a lot. You're going to be able to hear footsteps very cleanly above you, beside you, underneath you. You're going to be able to tell how many people are running at you. You could tell easily how many people are running, like one or two or three people at a time. You'll be able to know with this audio mix. So this is very helpful. And then we have our volumes, which, this is all preference really. I mean, I like to have no music going on just because I want to hear gun shooting. I want to hear vehicles going by and explosions. That's all I really want to hear when I'm playing the game. But that's all we really need to change here in our settings to make you a better player. So go ahead and copy these down, and also let me know in the comments, how are you guys enjoying the beta? Do you like Battlefield? What's going on? What do you guys think about it? Let me know everything in the comments. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope these settings helped you, and I'll see you on the next one.